Good morning. At the film. Hello, I'm Thomas Carruthers.
I'm Will Leggetter.
And oh my God, as if 4 wasn't enough on Ferris Bueller, we've added another and swapped people around. So we've got return guest Becky Muggeridge.
Hello.
And we've got return guest Amelia Bryant.
Hello.
And we've got new guest Charlotte Linnigan. How are you today, Charlotte, and welcome to the pod?
I'm very well, thanks, Tom, and thanks for having me on the pod.
Oh, it's all right. We might not have you back. We don't know how good you are yet. Now, when I threw this film out, Silence of the Lambs, a clamour of people wanted to join us. It's my second favourite film of all time. Sturdy in that position.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Becky, you jumped on straight away.
Yeah, I've watched it a couple times, and I've always thought it's a classic good film. Not necessarily in my top 10, but
No,
a good film that I wanted to contribute to.
Amelia, you then jumped on.
Yes, because Charlotte and I have a wonderful backstory of when we first watched this film together.
Oh, go on.
Well, we decided to watch it at 2 a.m. for the first time. Not really knowing what it was about.
What do you mean? You just never knew?
No,
Really?
We just knew that it was like a really good film. And
So
we were at drama school.
We watched it at Christopher Court, but I was on floor 1 and Amelia was on floor 8.
Right. So I tried to convince her when the film ended at 4 a.m. to please let me stay in her room so I didn't have to walk up by myself.
There's a lamb in his picture that he draws.
Yeah, the beautiful picture. If somebody
That's
could get, I mean, also there's a very long scene where she talks about
Yeah, the story about the lamb.
If you want to get me a present, get me a full print of the
picture.
Of the paint of the little sketch of Jodie Foster holding a lamb. You draw well.
Does that exist?
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll get it for your birthday.
Hey, just realised she's from the Incredibles movies. Is she? Have they got this wrong?
This is where we get Becky in.
Yeah. So Will and I had a conversation about this because I heard her voice and I was like, "That's
Whose voice?
definitely Elastigirl."
Whose voice? No,
And
it's
then I
Holly
was looking
Hunter.
up on my phone. I know. I've now know that because I looked it up. But then Will commented that he knew that I was going to do that before she started speaking.
Yeah. No, it's Holly Hunter from Broadcast News.
Elastigirl.
And the
But
piano.
she does sound like Elastigirl.
It does.
It's the accent.
Yeah, it's like a slightly nasal one as well.
Captain Martin, FBI, you're safe.
And the lambs. They were screaming. They were slaughtering the spring lamb. Or should I say? They were slaughtering the spring lamb. Not enough room. Let's jump straight into it. Best 10-minute stretch. I've got 4 nominees. I'm pushing it out a bit. I'm pushing the boat out. I think if you split it into 2, right, my number 1 is Lecter's Escape. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Say that too.
Yeah, that's mine.
The best 10 minutes of the film. I just became Louis Armstrong. I came home to my accommodation last month or whatever it was. I mean, it wasn't last month, whenever, before quarantine. And the girls had told me that they were going to watch Silence of the Lambs because they needed to for homework. And I said, oh, wait for me. I came in from a night out and they were watching it. I said, how dare you? And this is how much a big of a fan I was. I could tell it was Silence of the Lambs from a wide shot of when they go to Frederica Bimmel's dad, and I thought, well, maybe this is rock bottom. But and then I literally said, can you skip back? Can you skip back to just The Escape? Can we watch from The Escape onwards? And said, no, we've just watched it. It was quite annoying. Best 10 minutes, yeah, The Escape. Second best 10 minutes, the final meeting before The Escape with the lambs, with, no, that is incidental. What does he do, this man you seek? What is his nature? Read Marcus Aurelius. Each thing is in itself. Any Bill scene, I mean, we know what my favourite Bill scene is, but we'll get to that in a single minute. And then the house reveal. I think even now, because my sister, who's literally, we put it on 1991. It's obscene. And she got really clever because she guessed Pembury's face. She guessed that. She was like, it's him, innit? She didn't guess house though, did she? Just that single opening of the door. Hello, could I speak to Mrs. Lippman? Does Mrs. Lippman still live here? And then Crawford and his men breaking in. And then, Jack, there's nobody here. Zoom in. Clarice.
It's the build-up as well, with all the men like slowly surrounding the house with their big guns, and you're like, ooh.
Ooh, Becky.
And then it's, does Mrs. Lippman live here?
Poor Mrs. Lippman. Left in bathtub.
Your name is?
Oh, Jack Gordon.
Mr. Gordon. Good. Well, Frederica used to work for Mrs. Lippman. Did you know her?
No, Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
Yeah, she was a big girl, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Mrs. Lippman. Yeah, they're my nominees for best 10-minute stretch. Will?
Although this gets really annoying now because when we have the same 10-minute stretch, I feel like my part in the podcast is just irrelevant.
Okay,
Like,
we'll move on.
I agree with you. No, yeah, The Escape. Well, see, I've
already
if I
said
could make
that,
it,
though. Do something else.
if I could make it like a half-hour stretch, it would be like the Lambit going into The Escape. I like that a lot. It's nice.
He's done very well to draw that in the space of, let's say, an hour in between getting his next meal. He ordered lamb chops, extra rare. Mind the drawings, please.
I mean, he also does a pretty good job at hanging that guy up in the like angel position and swapping the face, and just the whole setup of it.
Ready when you are, Sergeant Pembury. And also this man doesn't have the time to stand there for 5 minutes listening to Bach and the Goldberg variations.
I wrote that down. That's one of my like extra notes, was just when he's like,
it's incredible. Absolutely astounding. Little bit of blood on tape recorder. What's the name of the magazine that's on his desk? Bon Appetit. Mind the Vogue magazine, please. I always thought it'd be funnier if he was like really struggling with the pen. And it's like, what's the matter back there? Mind the drawings, please. I'm ready. And he's got his clip. And then Chilton. There was no deal. Really, he's just putting it in his mind. He's basically eating it himself. There was no deal. There is now. Our guests. Becky, have you got a other nomination for best 10-minute stretch?
I've got a bit of a weird one because obviously being a biomedical scientist, I find the whole post-mortem bit really interesting. When they're taking the pictures and
I love the sound effects of that camera.
It has a very powerful flash. And the bit where she like sees the photo and says, "There's something in her throat."
There's something in her throat.
He's like, "It's leaves."
Yeah. when a bat is in the water, it can get lots of leaves in its throat. It's talking like Forrest Gump. Get lots of leaves and things in the throat. That guy, also an accomplished organist. He's playing the organ in the morgue. Then he comes back and he's like, I'll flip the body for you. I mean, it's not a change. I wouldn't change it for the world. But having all 5 people do the same same reaction when they open the bag. Maybe just have Jack and Clarice. Anyway, Charlotte, any nominations for best 10-minute stretch?
My favourite 10-minute stretch is his escape, but I've got 2 favourite moments. One of them is the bug. You know when they do the close-up and they have the bug and they cut,
yes.
and then they squeeze the yellow stuff. Just because I think it looks quite nice. My second favourite bit is when he brings the pen back up, because that's my party trick, but with food, not
You eat people.
Have you seen it, Amelia?
I have seen it.
So I know if he was really doing that, I know how he does it.
Would you be able to do it after 4 days or whatever is?
Absolutely not. 20 seconds and it's gone.
Okay. I feel like it would be easier just to, like, I don't know, somehow make a hole in your, like, flesh or something, and then stick it in
For
the
a whole clip? For a whole...
I have such a low threshold of pain. All of this is just making me squirm.
Oh, but
in his pocket.
Yeah, they never checked his pocket.
You know, I'm really just into Catherine Martin being saved. It's the whole, like, can I use your phone?
Can I use your phone? Oh yeah, it's in the back.
Yeah, and that's I don't know. I'm all about, like, woo, saving people, not dying.
And she's got the dog.
Yeah,
Keeps
the dog.
The dog does not die.
Just
precious.
Like her being in that hole and like getting out of it. That's me. But you know, maybe that's just like because I'm into women lifting other women up. Literally.
No, not literally. She waits because she thinks she could fall in and it could be dangerous, and then they're both stuck in there.
You ruined my joke, but you get my point.
Marcus Aurelius of each particular thing asked, what is it in itself? What is its nature? What does he do, this man you seek?
He kills women.
No, that is incidental. What is the first and principal thing he does? What needs does he serve by killing?
Anger. Social acceptance and sexual frustrations.
No, he covets. That is his nature. And how do we begin to covet, Clarice? Do we seek out things to covet? Make an effort to answer now.
No. We just...
No, we begin by coveting what we see every day. Don't you feel eyes moving over your body, Clarice? And don't your eyes seek out the things you want?
All right, yes.
First lecture, just the build up, going down the thing, multiple MIGs, and then the guy's just and then that brilliant good morning, and he stood ready for it. All the cuts in this movie, what does he do? He covets. No, all the cuts, like so many great hard cuts. Just never forget what he is. And what is that? Oh, he's a monster. That's a great cut. Obviously, American Girl. Who knows? Maybe Billy will be picking out his next prize right now. And then cut to, after all, it was a great big world. She's having the time of her life. I mean, and then cut to those goggles. All of the cuts in this are excellent. One of my other favourites is Face Off, dropping of the phone, and Ardelia just running down that hallway. And then Jodie, just in a marvellous dressing gown, she's had a shower or something. It's like, No, he wouldn't do that. He'd see it as rude. Love all the way to the FBI. I love when Miggs, when the morning after, and Claire, you thought, well, I can see your face. That's not one of my favourite parts. You sick bastard. And Miggs, he's convinced Miggs to kill himself, and Miggs goes, well, Miggs wouldn't. That's the sort of thing Miggs would say. Not anymore. I've put here stroke. Oh, the finger. The stroke of the finger. The famous scene where somebody has a stroke. No, the single stroke of the finger. Oh, beautiful.
It's very cleverly done.
Your case file, Clarice. Brilliant. Fat person. Oh, was she a good fat person?
Has he got an apparatus too?
No, that's just the way he speaks. That's the way Ted Levine speaks. I wish Ted Levine had a bigger career. I love Ted Levine. He's great in Heat. He's great in Birth.
Sorry, just the way you said in Heat and then in Birth.
It's great in these two states. Yeah, I get more upset with the death of... Oh, that really hit Becky.
Just thinking of like nature documentaries when they're like the animal is in the heat.
but it's Buffalo Bill. But it's Jane Gum. Were they big girls? Roomy? And no, that is incidental. They're mine. Will's more general favourite parts of the film.
Okay, I like the night vision bit. That's lovely. We'll get back to that in my change at the end, I think, actually, even though I like it so much. I know you'd be angry at me for changing this movie, but there's many.
There is one very specific thing which I don't like in that sequence, and if it is, we'll just do it now. We'll blow our loads. Christ, like Miggs. No. What would be your change in that?
I think we're thinking of different things. I just don't like the fact that the screen's cut off with the circles.
No, that's perfect. My thing. That's great. Is this just me?
It looks a bit like a Call of Duty game. A bit naff.
Yeah. But then also, I don't know, it gets across the idea that he's, you're looking at it from his perspective, I guess.
Also,
I don't like... Go on.
The filming of that scene, I know it's meant to be clumsy, but it feels like they just did it in one take and thought, yeah, can't be asked to do it again.
Yeah, I have a
What are you saying? I'm sorry.
It's like in the night vision bit where she's breathing really heavily and you're like, you're an FBI agent. Surely you've learnt by this stage.
Don't just run down some stairs.
Because then he knows exactly where you are.
And she's a great, strong, intelligent, incredible agent. But I think anybody who's just seen Mrs. Lipman and then had the lights cut off, I think anybody would have a few moments to catch the breath. Surely.
It continues. It literally continues until like she hears the click. It really annoys me.
Have you got? Sorry, Will. Back to your favourite parts.
I think the lotion scene is terrifying.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Brilliant. Love it.
It's awful at the end where he just shouts, and he's just holding Precious. That's the best thing about it.
You don't know what pain is.
I like the reveal of the fact that he's making a suit.
He's making a suit. He's making a women's suit.
That's great.
I liked the realization of the moth symbolizing like the change thing and representing the sort of trans aspect of the film. The Silence of the Lambs story, and I think, as we mentioned earlier, the like classical music bit.
Ding, ding, diddling, ding, 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 ding. It's probably one of my favourite pieces of classical music, mainly because of this film. Charlotte, any favourite parts you want to throw in?
bits we've already covered, and going off your bit about the transformation, you know, when they're towards the end, they have like a close-up shot of a, is it like a lampshade, like a light?
Oh,
and they have
yes,
the
with the
butterflies on, and
butterfly.
it's like going round. I don't know what it is. I like that.
Yeah, that is good. Amelia?
I don't think you said it, but my favorite part is when Buffalo Bill's dressing up and goes, "I'd fuck me."
Yeah.
It's just like, I feel like.
Well, he doesn't say that straight away. He
Yeah.
questions it first. Would you fuck me?
Yeah.
I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me hard. I'd fuck me so hard. Goodbye, horses. Anyway, Will's favourite building or set?
It's both of the Lecter cells. I think that first one with all the it's just lovely. She has to walk past all the cages to get there, and there's that chair waiting at the end. That's a great shot. But also the second one where it's just in the middle of the room, and I like buildings.
That is a beautiful, and I like how they took the care, because obviously it's a makeshift cell in this Justice Department. I like how they took the care to reattach the flags to the corners of the cell. Incredible, absolutely incredible.
I just like how sophisticated it is, that cell. Like,
yeah, it's what he
looks
deserves.
so nice.
Oh, best single minute. We've talked about the dance. I've got final call. Well, Clarice, the lamb stop screaming. Great. Or the meet with the senator at the airport. Incredible, absolutely astounding.
Senator Martin, Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
Dr. Lecter, I brought an affidavit guaranteeing your new rights. You want to read it before I sign?
Toughened your nipples, didn't it? Cut off a man's leg and he can still feel the tickle. Tell me, Senator, when your daughter's on the slab, where will it tickle you? Take this thing back to Baltimore.
Buffalo Bill's real name is Louis Friend. I met him just once. He was referred to me in April or May 1980 by my patient Benjamin Raspel. They were lovers, you see. But Raspel had become very frightened. Apparently, Louis had murdered a transient and done things with the skin.
We need his address and a physical description.
Tell me, Senator, did you nurse Catherine yourself?
What?
Did you breastfeed her?
Now, wait a minute.
Yes, I did.
Toughened your nipples, didn't it?
Oh, son of a bitch.
I smell blue, tall, used to live in Philadelphia, but he may have lied. That's all I can remember right now. And then, yeah, love your suit. Incredible.
Amputate a man's leg and he can still feel it tickling. Tell me, Mom, when your little girl is on the slab, where will it tickle you?
Take this thing back to Baltimore.
5'10", strongly built, about 180 pounds. Hair blonde, eyes pale blue. He'd be about 35 now. He said he lived in Philadelphia, but may have lied. That's all I can remember, Mom. But if I think of any more, I will let you know. Oh, and Senator, just one more thing. Love your suit.
Will, nominations for Best Single Minute.
There's only one, isn't there, Tom? There's only one. And that's dancing.
Oh, yeah.
There should be a dancing scene in every movie.
Of that nature?
Yeah, why not? Throw it in.
Beauty and the Beast.
It's the Beast.
Yeah, I mean, the Beast did struggle to took that thing. I'm sure we all know why Belle stayed. Anyway. Oh, matron. Ladies, any other notes for Best Single Minute?
think I've mentioned all of mine.
You covered
All
them.
my best bits.
You're spent. And I'm spent.
And I'm spent.
Austin Powers.
Mix.
Oh, Miggs. Miggs is good. Well, not good. You're very frank, Clarice. I think it would be quite something to know you in private life. Maybe I'm perverse, but I think he loves her. He admires her intelligence, and he admires her, and he loves her.
I think it's an added thing to the whole film that there's so many bits throughout where guys are kind of objectifying her. Like even when she's just like running past, when the doctor at the prison essentially.
Are you staying?
Just
Baltimore can be quite a nice town if you have the right guide.
Yeah, and just like throughout when she's just essentially objectified.
It's more or less
By
one of
so
the
many
first
people.
shots. Sorry, it's more or less one of the first shots when she goes into that elevator, and she's the only woman, and she's obviously smaller because Jodie Foster's quite a small woman, and she's literally only in grey. Everybody else is in red. It's just a beautiful shot, visual metaphor without having to do the line of so hard. It's just done so subtly and perfectly.
Well, I mean, yeah, which is one of the few women in the Academy in the early 90s. Like, obviously, it's not going to...
Well, we'll get to that in fun facts, Amelia. But we're not doing blinds yet. Brave Clarice, you will maybe let me know when those lambs stop screaming. I love brave.
I quite like it. It's not such a line, but it's a reaction to a line. It's when they're talking about, but most serial killers keep some sort of trophies. And he goes, I didn't know, but you ate yours. And he just looked at like, give me that. It's great. I love that.
From that moment, he admires her. He has met a counterpoint, such as he had with Will Graham. You know, if you're looking at the books and as a series, he relishes when he meets somebody who he can't just toss off. Well, pardon me. I think, in Jack Crawford, he sees something quick and brutish that is beneath him. But with Will and with Clarice, love and admiration.
He quite likes the way he can like help her figure it out herself, I think, as well. Like he knows she's got it in herself. In her.
That's a nomination for best single minute. Our favourite part is when after the seamen catch, but and he calls her back and he goes, Agent Salling, and they meet and they're so close, and she goes, tell me who he is, Doctor, and he's like, no, but I will give you what you want. I will give you an opportunity to go and rise above the ranks. Look within yourself, Clarice. Lewis, friend, look within yourself. Now go. It's very good. Very, very, very good. Oh, and then obviously that is a sneaky favourite line where Lecter goes, I don't think Miggs could try again. He is crazy, but I don't think... Very good. Any favourite lines?
One you've not said.
Oh,
you don't like it?
I do like it. You could
No,
take it away, Sean.
I like the reaction. I just studied the accent. I can smell your cunt. And then he said,
I thought you were going to go for the Chianti. I myself could not, just in my general notes, because I ran out of space. You wear eau de lead perfume. Yeah. I myself could not. It's just brilliant.
I like that one.
As a
when
kid,
he sniffs through the holes.
I
really creepy.
Didn't know it was cunt until I read the book, because when I was a kid, I don't think I knew cunt. And so,
why did you watch this when you were a kid?
Oh, I watched this when I was very young, Charlotte. This is where it was. This is my ground zero of like, if we're looking at a trajectory, it's here. And so I always thought it was, I can smell your cuts. And I always thought, that doesn't make any sense. She hasn't got any cuts. And then when I read the book, and it was like, what's this word? What's the change? Go on, any of you try. Test me.
I mean, I understand why it is as it is in the film, but why does she go downstairs to the cellar? Like,
because Catherine's going to die. Obvious. Sorry to patronise you. Sorry to patronise you. Isabel said this.
She wants to essentially beat the bad guy so that she gets more recognition. And yeah, she wants to save him because of the whole lamb story. But like, sensible person does not go downstairs. They steal off the exit. They call for backup, and potentially the whole situation gets resolved a lot more easily. She has no idea whether he has a secret hatch to get out through the basement. True. And also, there is obviously the distinct possibility that he will just go down there, shoot Catherine if he is a psychopath. If he can't have his suit, he will just kill her. He's not going to let Senator Ruth Martin have her daughter back. Go on, who's next? But thing is, she knows that he's waiting to essentially starve his victims. But she also knows that now he knows that he won't get that chance anymore. Will, any changes?
Anthony Hopkins' accent. Let's take a minute.
What?
It's a common thing I have with Anthony Hopkins. He can never shake off his Welsh accent. I like the when in both scenes when you've got him in the cage, both times she's walking away and he shouts Clarice, because he does that the first time as well. I quite like that. I like how he never blinks. That's cool.
That's good.
I just love Precious the dog.
Mentioned as well.
Yeah.
Is the face reveal too predictable? The fact that he's wearing someone else's face. Right there from the time when he's alive and you see the bubbles coming out of the... From that point on, I'm thinking that's him with the guy's face on.
I mean, maybe I'm dumb, but I don't think I got it the first time
I was a very small child. I didn't get it. Isabel got it. Charlotte, Amelia, you were grown women when you first watched it. Is it just a children's thing?
I thought that he was just really good with pain and he'd done it to himself, but he was still alive.
Oh.
So I was kind of relieved when he took the face off. I was like, he's okay.
Oh, he's okay. He's okay.
Yeah. On the same train with Charlie there.
You fly back to school now, little starling. Fly, fly, fly.
Yeah, the production received full cooperation from the FBI as they saw it as a potential recruiting tool to hire more females.
Nice.
The novel was inspired by the real-life relationship between Professor and profiler Robert Keppel and which serial killer?
John
Wayne
Gacy. No, it was Ted Bundy.
Oh,
Amelia, I'm surprised you didn't get that one.
I know. Look, guys, I
loves Ted.
She's got a big thing for Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Sir Anthony Hopkins found out he was cast as Lecter based on his appearance in The Elephant Man, which is very good. He questioned director Jonathan Demme and said, "But Dr. Trevor's was a good man." To which Demme replied, "So is Lecter. He is a good man too, just trapped in an insane mind." Charlotte, it's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Thank you.
This week.
We hope to see you
It's
again.
been a pleasure. You will see me again. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, Charlotte.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And now it's time to say goodbye to also Amelia Bryant. So bye-bye, Amelia.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Amelia.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's been a pleasure again.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Right. I've been Thomas Carruthers.
I've been Will Leggetter.
And I've been Becky.
Enjoy. He never says enjoy. I was trying to think of a line, a Lecter line to sign off with. Oh, brave Clarice. Go now! Go now!
Dabba 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 da.